Hey, what's going on Facebook? If everybody out there is interested in writing a book or becoming a best-selling author so they can use their story as their competitive advantage, we can help you out. My name is Mike Fallat, and I own Dream Starters University. What we do is we help entrepreneurs write best-selling books within 30 days and we bring it to life, plop it on Amazon, and now they're out there in front of the people, inspiring and motivating people. One of the guys I got to work with, his name is Steve Ruffcutt Rawlins. And I'm going to be tying him in here in a very short little bit. He's on the other line here, so I'm not exactly sure if you're able to see it yet, but I'm going to connect you. So give us one moment here. Steve, are you there?
Hey, Mike, how you doing, man?
What's going on, buddy? Hey, thanks so much for waiting. I know it takes a little bit of time to go from Be Live to Facebook Live, and so make sure everybody can see it. So I just want to make sure that you're able to see it on my page and you're able to see it on Facebook right now.
Well, I haven't looked, but I can. Give me just a second here.
I think everything is working perfectly fine right now, but double check me, okay? Because I like having people double check me.
You're asking the wrong guy, I
think. Yeah, I think
I see us there.
Cool. Hey, I'm going to introduce you guys to the crowd here. Guys, the way I met Steve was through Facebook. So if you're not using Facebook to build relationships up with the right people, you're doing something wrong. I met him approximately maybe 2 or 3 months ago, and we just started talking. And 2 months later, his book comes out, The Roadmap to Building $1 Million Business. And this guy is seriously, I don't even know if I call him rough cut. I call him the real cut. This guy is the realest person I've ever met. So thank you so much for doing this, Steve.
Thanks for having me on, Mike, and doing this interview. I'm just humbled by your comments. Thank you. I appreciate you. You're too kind.
So tell everybody, what was it like when you first got that book done? And tell us a little bit about the book itself.
Okay. When we got the book done, it was just one of the greatest feelings of accomplishments that I had felt in quite some time. And having that real in your hand feeling and be able to look through it and reflect back, I think that's what really was important for me, was being able to reflect back on those memories without looking in the rear view mirror and enjoying those memories. It was just a special time for me. And if it weren't for melatonin, I probably still wouldn't have much sleep.
Well, whenever we were getting together and you're telling me your idea for the book and some of the stories, the one that jumped out to me right in the very beginning was some of the lessons that it's everyday lessons that really helped you get to that point in your life where you built this business from zero. I meet a lot of these entrepreneurs out there who are starting from zero, and that's why I created this trend, started from zero. And you really did, in 1983, start a trucking company and it was $1 million company. So some of the lessons in the book, which one really sticks out to me is the one that you met the guy in the bar and you started talking to him, you built a relationship, and you went outside and got a shirt made. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Okay, first a little clarification. It was back in 1983 that I began my career in the transportation industry, and that's really kind of what led us to the cover of the book, is the length of time that I've spent in the transportation industry, and happens every now and then. I lose my train of thought.
The lesson about the guy in the bar really is something I think everybody watching this. You talk about being real, being authentic, but also treating everybody the same.
Right. Back to the clarification. That was my point there. I got started in trucking back in 1983. It was 2004 that I created my first company, which led to, in a period of 4 years, generating over $23.5 million and building company presence in 5 cities, 5 states in a period of 4 years. Now, the story, okay. If you don't mind, sometimes I get a little loose and I might ramble on.
That's good, man. That's good.
But yeah, I was at an airport bar. I had the opportunity to meet a key player in a major financial institution, and my ability to network and meet people and carry on conversation and getting penetrating to upper echelon decision makers been something that's always been easy for me. And so I hit it off real well, and so well, in fact, that he invited me to go with him and his client to for a steak dinner. I was like, hell yeah, right? Who wouldn't
turn that down? You can't turn that down.
The VP of a major financial institution, who's going to turn that down? Okay, shoot me now if you do. But anyway, he was waiting on a client there, and we get to the steakhouse, and I had tons and tons of phone calls to make. I think at the time I was fielding like 104 emails a day. My phone was just constantly blowing up. Always had things going on, like the flight, canceling it, making change plans. Figured I'd inhale a cigarette too. Let these two get inside there, get seated. Say, do their little, hey, what's going on, blah, blah, blah. And so after I get done with my business outside, I step on inside, and I sit next to the individual, Mike. Oh, his name is Mike.
I like him already.
Yeah, right? And so I sit next to him, and across from us is Mike's client, Jay. Now, Jay is this, as I was told, a high-price attorney from New York City, get a rope, and high profile. And so I'm thinking, double whammy, yeah. So now I sit down from this guy, and he looks across at me, and the first thing that comes out of his mouth is, "You smell like a goddamn cigarette."
He's testing you.
What do you say? What do you say to that? And kind of me and Mike had a few drinks already there in the airport, so it was no problem for me to be able to twist up. But the important thing to remember is that you have to stay cool in these types of situations. Keep your composure, stay steady, stay focused. And if, alcohol opens your mouth and you can't shut up when you're supposed to shut up, then maybe you shouldn't drink, okay? But anyway, there's a little nugget for you. But my response to him, I just looked him straight dead in the eye. I thought it took me back a second. I looked him straight in the eye, and I said, we've all got a role to play in life, Jay. And he looked back at me, and he kind of gave a turned-up grin, and he's like, "So what are you drinking?" And I said, "Scotch on the rocks." And he, "Waitress." And the scotch flowed all night, and we had a really good time.
So what happened was he was testing you to see how you'd handle something from a guy who's in a very high-level position. Are you going to take it, or are you going to shove it right back in my face? And it was really a test of your character that you didn't buckle, and you basically just stayed yourself, and that's how you gained his respect.
Absolutely. Over the years as I've aged, I've learned to not be so candid, and I easily could have jumped down his throat and put him in his place there and everything. But the whole purpose of that going and having that steak dinner was not to put somebody in his place, but to develop a relationship and network with other people. Now, in Jay's case, at the end of our evening that night, he handed me his personal business card, his personal card, with his private phone number on there. He had a ranch that had his own golf course, and really could have been, great benefit to me. Again, who can't use a high price or a high profile attorney, a tax attorney? And so by maintaining my composure, never compromising my character, and understanding what the purpose of going to, well, why did I sacrifice all of these things? Why did I sacrifice my flight? Why did I sacrifice making all of these calls? Why did I sacrifice these delays, additional, fees? And, of course, that was the last thing on my mind, but, it was being able to remain ahead. And doing so put me in favor of these people in which I had access to what most privileged people only get to see.
Would you say that the moral of the story is the people in high positions don't really want people who are going to kiss their ass? They want real people who are going to say exactly what they really mean. Is that right?
Absolutely. You have to be candid and speak your mind, because they are testing you and they do want to see what your limits are. They want to push you to those limits. If you're a pushover, then they're like, hey boys, free meal, come on in, get you some. I got beer.
Well, and that's the thing, is people don't respect those type of people. They use them, and so you just don't ever want to be used, and that's the important piece, I believe.
Exactly. And as I told Jay, we all have a role to play in life, and it doesn't matter what role you have in life. You should treat people with the utmost of respect, regardless of their position or favor that you can gain from them. Little people lower down on the food chain have just as much to offer in the way of networking as those on the top of the food chain. You just don't climb on them to get here.
What's your now the book? Obviously, you're going to be getting speaking gigs. You're going to be getting media outlets to look at this and also broadcast your name. What are other ways you're going to use the book? Now, I'm obviously showing you different ways. Now, everybody can go to StephenJRawlins.com and get a free copy of this right now. So take a look at that if you can. StephenJRawlins.com. I'll put a link on it, either above or below this video. And so, Ruffcutt, tell me a little bit about how you're going to use the book.
The book is a marketing tool. Matter of fact, I just talked about it today in a 5-minute presentation that I gave regarding marketing to Gen X, digital natives, and millennials. And I get a lot of, hey, Steve, now that you're a bestseller and you're going to be a millionaire and blah, 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 you got a book out. And, that's very, it's flattering. But that's not what the book is for. The book was designed to use as a marketing tool to introduce myself and to begin to brand and position myself, my business, and what my company does to take advantage of earned and owned media, because as I develop, as my book develops, as my business develops, as the success of others that I contribute to develops, then this begins to bring about some larger goals. They're the building blocks, okay? They're the building blocks to the larger goals that we want to achieve. So that's how I intend to use the book. And for those that would like to have the book, again, you can go to StephenJRawlins.com and download a free copy of the book. Or if you're like me, and I could show you this table over here. Matter of fact, just show it.
Oh yeah, just giving them away, signing them, giving them away.
Well, no, those are books, all books that I've read just this year. There must be.
Oh, okay. I thought I saw some of yours on there.
No, as a matter of fact, there's none of them there. I had to take this one from it. I want to see everybody succeed in building a business or on their travels to becoming an entrepreneur. So what you pay for the book on Amazon is the selling cost of the book. I'm not making anything off of this. It's not my intention to make money off of this. You have to have a purpose and a goal larger than yourself if you want to achieve a true purpose.
I agree, man. I agree, and that's why it's an indirect source.
Entrepreneurs, right?
What's that?
Entrepreneurs and entrepreneurs, right?
Which one are you? That's exactly right.
Once upon a time,
the entrepreneurs and the entrepreneurs. There's too many entrepreneurs out there. It's crazy, and you really do have to decide who is a entrepreneur and an entrepreneur. And the way that I decide is by research. Okay, if this person's in the media, this person has a book, it's a bestseller, it's the person's out there, they're doing stuff, they're active, they have a nice website. All of this matters. There are so many people out there who are just trying to pretend their way through it and not have anything to show for it. And so people like you, man, the real deal, the real story. And the story, if the story doesn't make sense, there's a reason for it, because it's usually fairy tale. And your story is just truly incredible. So I recommend anybody out there to read the book. I'm telling you right now, I've shared this out on my page a bunch of times. People are writing to me every day that they love the book. And I'm not just saying that. People really do love it. So well done on your story.
Thank you, Mike. And not to, but I do want to touch on what you just said. On my end, I am getting email after email after email to people that are subscribing, that are going to StephenJRollins.com and downloading the book. And I really am humbled by the response and the love and the support that I've been given to by so many people, and it's overwhelming. We're very flattering.
It's a relationship builder like no other. Am I right?
Absolutely. Relationship. And that's the key to being an entrepreneur, in my opinion, is that you have to be able to build relationships like I did with Mike, like I did with JD, tax attorney, and not just have those relationships, but be able to build them and maintain them.
So there's a couple quotes in there I want you to kind of highlight. Now we both, you've introduced me to some big names, but one of the names we both very respect is Hank Norman. You put his quote in there. Give me some other names in there that are really important. Obviously, Grant Cardone, you went to 10X last year, GrowthCon. There's some ones that are really, really important to you. And I love how you have some of the quotes. And I guess people were able to see a little bit about your life just by reading those quotes. What's important to you? Like Brad Lee, I think you have a couple other ones in there.
Yeah, I would be remiss if I didn't start out with Gordana Bernay. Gordana, if you're listening to this, shout out to you. And I highly recommend that anybody watching this, that they subscribe to her feeds, because it was Gordana of My Power Talk that helped me live with me. Help me understand me a little bit better. And I'm able to achieve even greater successes this go around than what I've accomplished in the past. So Gordana, if you're listening, this is to you. Let's see. There's
a lot.
Here it is.
We'll tag them. We'll tag Gordana in there, by the way, in this Facebook.
Fear is an illusion. You are real. Yeah, I'm sorry.
The Ruffcutt lessons, and that's another thing. That some of the messages. What's the one message for the book? If you can tell somebody out there, so many people are trying to start a business from nothing. I mean, I'm telling you, it's 80% of them. Now, there are the people out there that have the connections, the money, and they have a little bit of an easier path. That it's not an easy path, but it's an easier path. The people who are starting from zero, what is the one message of the book? What would you say it is? what's the one takeaway that you want them to read it and say, you know what? Okay, Ruffcutt, thanks so much, man.
Well, the book is a self-help, motivational, based on personal experience. And having started from zero and achieving the levels of success that I've had and the levels of success that I see in my future, I would have to say vision. Having the vision to be able to have the courage to step out of that comfort zone and become an entrepreneur. Now, I've got a really great story that I'm going to share a little bit later on regarding stepping out of a comfort zone. And I'm going to actually show what it's like when an individual steps out of their comfort zone. So stay tuned and watch for that, because I think it might have to go in a second to it.
The stories this guy has. Now, if anybody's looking to start a business, I'm telling you, reach out to him. I hear a little bit of a double ring there, so I'll turn it down a little bit. But if anybody's looking to start a business, reach out to Steve. Just hear what he has to say, because the guy is honest, he's authentic, and that's why I really respect people who tell it like they really mean it. And you really do, Steve. So it's been an honor to work with you. It's been an honor to get to know you, and I can't wait to someday that I come down and we jam a couple guitar Tom Petty songs and on your porch and hear some more business stories and some personal, because you got some stories, man.
Oh, and you've only heard the tip of the iceberg. Even if we done a little guitar jamming face to face like this right here, it'd still be a great kick. I just want to say that for those of you that want to get started in the business, but just don't know how to take that next step, I really, truly, and sincerely want you to succeed. And so I'm not peddling anything to you. I'm not selling anything to you. I'm not asking you to give me anything. I'm not nothing. The only thing I ask from you is to ask me your question. I will sit on the phone for up to 30 minutes with you and discuss your dreams, your desires, your goals, how to get from point A to point B, and any questions you might have from the book. Because this time, I want to leave a legacy.
I like it. I like it. Shout out to Gary, by the way. We both like Gary.
Gary's
and Lynn.
Love you.
Gary's on here. I just showed his comment. Shout out to Lynn. You're awesome. You comment on all of our stuff. I really appreciate it. It's great to get to know you. Lynn, I know you're building a relationship with Ruffcutt and reading his book, so that's awesome. And let's see what else here. Lynn, and Sarah and Carlos. I think Carlos Manzanero. You know him, I'm pretty sure. So, but all these people are awesome. Lynn, I know I hear a lot from you. I think you received the book, and I hope you like it. But Gary's an awesome dude, and you must know him really well. I think you sent him a book, right? Gary
actually purchased the book. And I told him, I said, hey, if you just wait until I get this order in, I'll send you an autographed one, no problem. He's like, and next thing I know, he showed me on Facebook there a picture that he had already purchased it and everything. But I do appreciate everybody's support. I appreciate you sharing this live post with your friends, and join me on either my personal page, Ruffcutt Rawlins, or my business page, SBA Solutions. Instagram, Steve Ruffcutt Rawlins, Twitter, LinkedIn. I'm not that hard to find. And ask your questions. Again, I want to see you succeed, and I want to help you get to that next level.
Beautiful. Anybody out there, if you want to reach out, or if you just want to put, send me a book or something down below.
Hey, good idea.
We'll send you a copy, or we'll send you an ebook or a PDF version, whatever you need, whatever makes it so it's easier for you. Just type down below, send me book, or hashtag started from zero, or hashtag Ruffcutt. We'll be able to see it and we'll send it to you, because I'm a big believer in getting back to anybody who spends the time to watch these videos and also engage with you. So it's just one of those things, you know, people spend time, give you their attention, to reward them as much as possible, because time is the most important asset on this planet. So we appreciate that.
Absolutely. Be sure to do a review on Amazon. I don't know, Mike, what can we do? Can we like, hey, I'll send you an autographed copy, take a picture, post it?
Well, here's what I would do. I would pick 5 people down below, whoever comments on this video, and this time next week you announce the winners, and then I would send them a copy in the mail. Only, you know, you make it, not everybody wins, make it a winner. You know, 5 top winners get signed copies. That's what I would do.
Good. Done. 5.
Pick 5. You know what? And
High five.
and the way you pick the winner is what? It's just going to be at random? Is that how you're going to do it?
Oh, you know me, Mike. I'd give everybody a book. You know.
Put it down below. Either hashtag started from zero or hashtag Ruffcutt. Hashtag
Ruffcutt. There you go.
There you go. Those are the 2. Pick them down there. We'll pick a winner. We're going to send you some stuff. Let us know. All right, guys?
Right on.
So thank you so much for doing this, Steve. I know you're a busy man. You got all kinds of stuff going on, and it was really an honor to work with you. I know that this is just the beginning. The book is only the beginning. It's not the end, because people are saying, you know what, I want to become a billionaire, then write a book. That's not the way you should look at it. You should use your story to put it in a format that affects other people, and that'll be a stepping stone to get you where you want to go in the future. Because nobody just has one book in them; they have multiple.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Couldn't agree more, Mike.
StephenJRowlands.com. Check it out. And thanks so much for your time, guys. We'll be talking soon.
Thank you.